Hello guys, good morning to you and welcome to the channel. Final ways to the channel that keeps you updated on fresh sporting events, stories, gist, news, pre and post match reaction and in-depth match analysis. And I'm here with my brother.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
good morning sir. How was your night, sir?
very fine.
Yesterday we actually brought to you on this production that officially camp opens yesterday, and we have seen two notable names actually arrive. Though these two players actually ply their trade in the same continent, but regardless, we are still expecting more names. AY.
Yeah, hopefully we are expecting more names today. And the goalkeepers, the two goalkeepers that have arrived, Stanley Wabali and
Mass, yeah.
Amasu, yes. And I think it's a good one for them because they actually, like I said, they pride their training in the African terrain, so it's easier for them to actually make their move. So we are not surprised yet because some of the European players that actually made a lot of the numbers on the list have not arrived
Yes,
yet. But some of them actually
played on
played
Sunday.
during the week and then they
Yes,
have to actually relax and set up their itineraries well, and then make. We are even hearing that some of the players are in Lagos now. Players like Victor
yes,
Boniface,
yes.
Ndidi, and Tanimo. The two of them, Ndidi and Tanimo particularly, were stopped. They actually had their flight east yesterday around 3 o'clock. It was delayed, I think, for some couple of hours, then eventually cancelled. Ibomir particularly. So I feel like I think today maybe we're going to be seeing a new flight schedule for the two of them. Even Daniel Ogumodede was also involved in this whole flight issue, and we know these are the domestic problems that we are facing as a country. People who want to travel are delayed by flight and the likes, and we understand that if we're not going to take anything away from the last time when we had the camping, the Finidi era, there was a strike action that led
Yes,
them,
yes, yes.
and I hope we'll not be seeing a repeat of this play out. Knowing fully well that the match is scheduled for on the 11th of this month,
Yes.
and it's a must win for us, particularly the one in Uyo, just to build our confidence ahead of the away game
In
in
Libya.
Benghazi.
Anyway, talking about discipline now, because over the period of time, we have always shared that these players actually have in discipline issues. You understand? We saw Austin Egom actually correct that notion in our minds, because
Yeah,
on the first day of
yeah,
camping, we saw the captain, vice captain actually arrive. Well, now it's understandable because they actually played during
yeah.
the weekend now. So, are we seeing majority of the players arriving today?
Yes, majority of them will arrive today. Like I said, if not for the flight each, you would have probably had 4 or 5 players have arrived. You understand? So you understand. We understand the fact that they have they know that they know what is at stake, so they won't want to jeopardize anything. So I think if there's anything like the interview that Guavon, he said he respects them and they respect him in
Him in
return.
turn, yes.
She understand. So we understand that too. So I'm sure that if not because of some one or two circumstances that will have probably arrived, I can vouch for 5 or 6 players that I know that they would not. They are always elegant. Ekong in the next 1 or 2 days will be in camp.
Yes, yes.
Ademola Lookman doesn't joke with national duty. The ones that are perpetual late comers, we know them. Maruga Okoye, whether you like it or not,
He was come
will
late.
come late. So the ones that are perpetual late comers, we know them. So I'm sure that whether like if you have like 70% or 80% of the numbers in camp, I think that's a good call. Yeah.
Okay, good. Anyway, camping does not actually deal with the players.
Yeah.
We're talking about the backroom staffs too
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a physical trainer from
Yeah.
Slovenia
From
and every other thing. Is there any updates as to when they are also coming to the camp?
no. There's no update yet as far as I think he's the only one that's coming from that far.
Okay,
Daniel Ogumodede and
Fidelis.
Fidelis Lechuku are just here nearby and they will be in camp anytime soon. So I think he's the only one. I'm sure that provisions will have been made for him by now because they actually send their itineraries out to them before now. So I think in the next two days he should be in camp too, hopefully.
Okay, anyway, we have talked about Nigeria playing matches in Uyo now,
Mm.
and aside from the stadium usage and every other thing, it's evident that Uyo are actually receiving and welcome people now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
what sort of welcome are you actually expecting from the people, from the
yeah,
players?
yeah. The usual one, the usual one. I'm sure that they are familiar with the terrain already, so they know. We've seen them over the years, always welcoming them. I think this is one of the things that they don't get in Abuja
Abuja here.
because they feel like Abuja. They've complained about the fact that the stadium is located outside. That's why we don't have the numbers.
Yes, yes.
But Uyo is centrally located. It is where they actually get good food. The ones that like ladies, they get good ladies. I'm not saying they go about going around ladies, but I'm saying it's always a welcoming place for them. It's just like home for them. And then if we not take anything away from the English national team. They love playing at Wembley. So Gospel Akpabio Stadium is like the
Our
Wembley of the
Wembley
Super
or Super
Eagles.
Eagles.
So I think they would be welcome like the usual way. You understand? They would welcome like the usual way, and then I think that is a good moment for them going into that match.
Okay, AY, I like what you said.
Yeah.
The players now, is there any aspect of motivation? You understand? During the years now, we have seen all these rich men actually come outside to talk about incentives to
Mm.
actually give to the player if they can actually win or any other thing. But is it because of the state of the economy? We are not hearing anybody putting out numbers
No,
out
it
there.
is just the qualifiers now. It is when they qualify. That's when you see someone
No, it's
say,
part of
"Oh,
it. Right?
yeah, I understand." But the economy is there's no doubt the economy is dealing with everybody.
Because Dangote is
But
crying too.
regardless, we will still see one or two
Prominent people.
philanthropists that
Yes.
will still come out and say, get goals. I'll pay to so amount. When you qualify, I'll pay to so amount. We're going to see that when they actually qualify. But it is just the qualifiers. If you put that in the incentives and then they don't eventually qualify, then you are at loss. No, I'm not. We are not even the fact that the economy is dealing with everybody at this point in time. But the truth is, once they qualify, we will see that we will start seeing the incentives being rolled out. You understand at every point in time. But let them qualify first. So the qualification should be their own personal incentives right now. Qualify and then you get your incentives after the tournament starts.
Okay, AY, thank you
Yeah.
very much. A lot of Nigerians are actually optimistic,
Mm.
and we have heard even on the street that saying just Libya, just Libya. What is to expect now? If we're talking about scoreline, goal scorers, what are we to expect in this kind of game?
Yeah. That, you are right, as like you rightly said, just Libya. I wouldn't be expecting them to not to bring their A game
Okay.
because it's just Libya. Don't see them as just Libya like we probably have talked about it.
Yes.
Like because we said just Benin Republic. That's how we said just Benin Republic and they defeated us. But let's look at the whole Benin Republic is still a little bit more threat than Libya as it stands now. So but let them just take the bull by the horn and then approach it with all their best and get results. I don't want to see a situation whereby we will probably be seeing a lackluster performance this time around again, like we have seen in time past. Let them continue from where they stop and in fact double up their effort because you don't know what the Libyan side is bringing. They just
Yes.
sacked their coach. They have a new coach. You don't know what that person is actually bringing. But regardless, I feel like if I were Austin Eguavon, I would not even start Stanley Wabali in this match. I would try maybe a match of us or Maduka Okoye.
Marco,
If a Maduka Okoye that applies his trade in
you
Italy
didn't.
the next day cannot start against the Libya side, they will tell us, so you can. This is a point to get his own hands dirty to get into the game. Let them start. If he comes to camp early, oh, I'm not
Yes.
saying if
If
you
it
are not in
comes
camp.
late, yes,
If you
yes,
go,
yes.
if Amas is in camp now, so I expect him to probably get enough. If he gets to train, and you see how the training eventually goes up, then you probably rest the Stanley Wabali
Oh,
and try out some other new legs or some other new hands just to be assured of the fact that you give all of them an ample chance to actually have to actually have a time to actually put in their own best for their countryside. So I think I would actually rest the Stanley Wabali at this point and try out some other hands. Then the defense line, I will still see if I can go with the expected ones that I know that they will still give me that clean sheet like we have had in the last two AFCON qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda. You understand? You had the combination of Ekong and Semi Ajayi, and then
Online now,
line
Bruno.
and
Bruno.
Bruno with the Fulham guy, Calvin
Embassy.
Bassey. You understand? So I will still stick to that defense line. If you look at the defense list, I'm not sure the only name is only Benjamin Tanimu. You understand? So I will still stick to that because at least they gave you clean sheet in the last two AFCON qualifiers. But at least in the goalkeeping sector, I think you should probably try new
Okay,
answers.
finally, we have seen camping of the three lions, for example. Let me just use the three lions as example. We have seen their camping activities
Mm,
involve them cycling, involve them playing a lot of games.
mm,
But we don't get to see this in the Super Eagles. The only thing we get to see them is a lot of media people there interviewing these players one by one.
mm.
Like I said, they do a lot of activities aside just playing football. Why are we not seeing this in the Super Eagles?
Everything boils down to the fact that the terrain, you won't compare the English terrain. They've got all the facilities there. They are not here. You understand? So let's just stick to what we have. Let them focus on their training and then qualify. You understand? When we start going hiking, going cycling, I think their extracurricular activities just to bond in as a team
Yes, yes,
member.
yes,
We
yes.
see them playing video games.
Yes,
We see
yes, all
all of
those
these things.
things.
We see all of those things. But ours is just like a normal, usual routine.
Let's
Press,
play football, press your phone.
press your phone, MPs. then
Yes, yes.
press media pally,
Media
go
Palace
to the training, come back,
back.
grant press, you understand, all of those things, play, train behind them, closed doors, and then it's just like that all round. Then you travel the next day after the match to play your away game. So it's just like that. But I think all of those things are important. They are good because they allow them to bond. I think the last one they actually worked. All of them had
Yes,
actually
yes.
worked
I saw that.
teamwork.
Yes,
I
yes.
think it's one of those things. And let's just stick to the ones that we can actually afford as a country. As, like you said, the economy is dealing with all of us.
AY, thank you very much. You did justice to that. Like you rightfully heard from AY, let's stick to the football first.
Mm.
Eventually, we'll get there.
Yeah.
And that is all for us on this production. Don't forget, like I said, we'll bring you updates on how the players actually arrived on camp. Like we said, we have two notable players now in camp, Omas and Stanley Wabali. And regardless, AY feels that Omar should actually be rewarded to get a little bit of a minute, a little bit of action. And that is all for us on this production. Don't forget, we are on all social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, Final Whistle 91. And of course, stay glued to our YouTube page, Final Whistle 91 will bring you the best. And of course, like I said, don't just watch our video. We want you to like, share, and drop your comment. See you guys.
Yeah.